Hi everyone, Kenzie Benali here, back again with another big Saints quiz. Only this week, it's going to be slightly different. Now you may have heard that Saints Foundation annual live quiz show, A Game of Two Halves, has had to be postponed due to the current social distancing rules. Now, A Game of Two Halves is an absolutely amazing event which sees current players taking on ex-players, all to raise money for Saints Foundation. Sadly, the postponement of this event, alongside many others, has meant that Saints Foundation are missing out on vital funds that they would have raised during this time. Saints Foundation's usual community support has had to be adapted in the current circumstances. They've been making calls to isolated and vulnerable people, producing online exercise videos to keep older adults and children active whilst at home, providing educational tools to support children learning from home, supporting the clinical commissioning group by running the prescription delivery service for the city, and distributing food to vulnerable members of our local community in partnership with Fair Share. To raise these hugely important funds, we're asking you to donate to Saints Foundation. However big or small, every donation made will help Saints Foundation to continue supporting our local community. You can donate via the link on the screen, and we'll also be posting the link in the comments throughout the quiz as well. Well, tonight I'm joined by our two team captains for this year's event, Matt Le Tissier and Jack Stevens, and they're going to be playing along with you guys at home, and they are here with us right now. Guys, how are you doing?
All good, thanks, Keds. You?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Managing to keep busy. Jack, how are you?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Yeah, just doing the same, really, trying to keep busy.
Good stuff. How have you been finding training during isolation?
It's been quite tough. Just trying to find the motivation to get out every day and do it on your own. But yeah, I've been managing to do it, but it's just difficult when you're not with all the boys.
Yeah, of course. And obviously we're here tonight to do this quiz for Saints Foundation. Matt, you've been involved in the Fair Share scheme, haven't you? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was down there this morning doing my shift for the week. So the foundation and the football club, between them and the Ex-Players Association, between us, we've managed to get together a whole load of volunteers to cover about 104 working hours of the week. So there's 10 4-hour shifts, and we've had 3 or 4 people on each of those shifts every day in the warehouse, preparing the orders for them to be sent out in the delivery vans to the various charities that then turn them all into meals and feed the most vulnerable in our community. It's a wonderful place, and the work they do there is incredible. And you also have to thank, obviously, all the businesses that give their surplus food at the end of each day to the scheme. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it certainly is amazing. And obviously tonight's quiz, we're hoping everyone playing along and watching at home will be donating generously to Saints Foundation and the wonderful work that they do in our local community. Now, guys, the question is, are you ready? You've got your pens and papers, I see. Should we get started?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Now, our first round is all about kits. So we're going to show both Jack and Matt and you guys playing along at home 8 pictures of former Southampton kits. And all you need to do is tell us what year that kit was worn. Now, you can say any year that the kit was worn. So, for example, if I show you a picture of this season's kit, you could either say 2019 or 2020, and you'll get 1 point for each correct answer. So let's reveal the kits.
Oh, wow.
So there they are. Any looking particularly familiar?
2 or 3.
3. Matt, what about you?
Yeah, I think I played in 4 of them, maybe 5.
Okay.
Well, there's a clue for Jack, actually. Maybe 5.
All right, well, all you guys need to do is tell us which year these kits were worn. So we're going to put 3 minutes on the clock here. So you've got 1 to 8 on the screen.
Okay.
Better start getting pen to paper, see how you're getting on. Jack, are there any that are really obviously springing out to you without obviously giving away any answers?
Yeah, number 3. Yeah, Obviously, I'll tell you at the end
Yeah.
why it sticks out, but
That one is particularly standing out for you.
Yeah.
You made your debut in that one, Jack. Is that what it is?
Oh no, that was years before that. Years before.
Don't want to give away too many clues. Some great kits there.
I like number 4.
They're all great. Some proper vintage ones in there as well. I'm liking them a lot. Okie dokes.
How long we got?
I did forget to start the timer, so I'm going to say 2 minutes. Literally, as you were talking, I realised I'd forgotten that. Jack's having a couple of last minute.
I've just guessed a couple, but I've got them all written. I've got a year for each one, so.
Okie dokes. Right, well that is our 3 minutes up. So I'm going to take you through the answers, and then at the end, Jack, Matt, you can let us know how you got on. Okay, so we'll start obviously at kit 1. This kit was worn in 1987 and 1989.
Jack, not 1988?
I'll put 88.
Oh, do you know what? I've got it written 1987 to 1989. So yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
1988. You're
that was a lucky guess.
Right. Sorry, that was confusing. You're spot on if you've got 1988.
Excellent.
Right.
That was one of the ones I wore.
Question 2. We asked you what number 2 kit that year is from. You could have had 1985 to 1987. Jack shaking his head. Right, number 3.
That was my debut shirt, Jack.
Was it?
Wow.
Well, hopefully you got that one right then, Matt. Kit number 3, that was 2011 to 2012. Kit number 4 was 1980 to 1984.
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Well done,
getting
guys.
some good guesses there.
Hopefully, if you're playing along at home, you're doing well too. Kit number 5, that was 2006 to 2008. Kit number 6 was 1995 to 1997. Kit number 7, that was 1989 to 1991. And then our final kit we showed you, kit number 8, that was worn from 2005 to 2006.
Oh, I don't know it there.
Yeah, so you're looking relatively pleased with yourselves there. How did you both get on?
I got 6.
Yeah, I got 6 as well.
Jack, were there any surprises there for you?
Yeah, surprisingly more right than I thought.
Really? Yeah, 6 is a great
I think I only knew 3, so yeah, guessed 3 right. So yeah, pretty pleased with that.
That's why you've got to put down a guess. You've got to write down the answers just in case. You pulled it out of the bag there. Right, well, we're going to be moving on to round 2 very shortly, but before we do, just a quick reminder why we are here doing our quiz this evening. This is, of course, for the wonderful work that Saints Foundation do in our local community, particularly during these really tough times. As you've heard from Matt, they really are doing some wonderful things. So if you can donate, please do click the link and follow and donate if you can. Right, let's move on to our second round then, guys. This is our International Saints round. So I'm going to give you a country and you have to write down just one player to have played for Southampton from that country. So for example, if I said England, you could say Jack Stevens. So we're just looking for one name here. Now you do get more points though for the more obscure the player is. So for example, if I said Denmark, there are 4 players to have played for Southampton from Denmark. Can either of you guys name any of them?
Ronnie Eklund.
Yes, that is correct. That's a good one. That would have earned you 2 points.
I think I only know the 2 obvious ones.
Pierre and Yannick.
Pierre and Yannick, yeah.
Yeah, so you could have had Pierre Højbjerg, Yannick Vestergaard, Ronnie Eklund, or Peter Madsen. So the way this point system works is that you'll get 1 point for naming the player who's made the most appearances, in this instance, Pierre Højbjerg. You'll get 3 points for naming the player who's made the least appearances, again, in this case, Peter Madsen. And then you'll get 2 points for the ones in between. So Yannick Vestergaard and Ronnie Eklund would have earned you 2 points, 42 appearances for Yannick, and Ronnie made 20 appearances. So are you happy with the way that point system works?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so remember, for both Jack and Matt, and for all of you playing along at home, you can only write down one player, and the more obscure, the better, because the more points you'll earn. So the first country I'm going to give you is Portugal. So you've got 30 seconds on the clock for each of these players. And remember, we just want one name. So can you remember one of the more obscure names?
Sorry about the text message going off there. That's Domino's reminding me that I can get 2 medium pizzas and a side for £19.99.
That's quite all right. A post-quiz fuel?
Obviously, that's just for me. Then I'll have to order for Ange and Ava on top of that.
Right, guys, that's your 30 seconds up. We're going to move on to the next one. The next one is Netherlands. Having a little think there, Jack. So what do you think at home? We want you to name just one player to have played for Southampton from the Netherlands. The more obscure the name, the more points you will earn here. Matt seems confident there.
Trying to think how many games he played.
Right, that's our time up for that one. So we'll move on to our next one. The next country. Ooh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, are we interrupting you, Ken? Is that your alarm going off there?
That's not Domino's. That's to say that we've done with that one. Right, so the next round we are moving on to, the next country I'm going to give you is Norway. So we need you to name one player who played for the Saints from Norway.
Oh.
Some of these are tough, but if you're not too sure, just make a guess. Okie dokes. Right then, let's move on to the next one. We're asking you to name one player to play for the Saints from Belgium. So have a good think. Who do you reckon if you're playing along at home? Jack and Matt seem pretty confident so far, but how are you guys getting on? We just need one name on each of these answers. Some tough ones here, but hopefully you're finding it.
I'm just happy to get answers down.
Well, exactly. I mean, if you've got an answer, you're doing okay. Right, our final one of this round then is Senegal. So this is arguably the toughest one. We've saved the hardest till last in this round. So again, make a guess if you're not sure, but we're asking you to give us one player to have played for the Saints, to have come from Senegal. So we'll give you a little more time to think on this one, and then we'll give you the answers.
I'm just going to have to get a point on the board there.
Yeah, you and me both, mate.
So these points could come in handy later on in the quiz. You've got to pick up the points where you can.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll be happy if I get 5 points there.
This is a tough round. Okay, that's time's up. So we're going to give you the answers here, and then you can let us know after I finish with the answers how you're getting on. Again, it's a tough one. The first one I asked you was Portugal. So your possible answers, there was a few here. You could have said Jose Font. You would have got just 1 point for him because, of course, he made the most appearances, 288 appearances for the Saints. You also could have said Cedric Suarez, Luis Boamorte, or Danny Rodriguez. That would have got you 2 points for each of those answers. Matt's looking happy there. You got 2 points on the board. And you would have got 3 points if you'd said Marco Almeida. So
I should have known that. He played in the last game at the Dell.
do you know what, Matt? I was hoping you were going to get it because you played alongside him. Oh, I was counting on you getting that one. Yeah, he made one substitute appearance in a 1-0 defeat to Arsenal in 1999. So Matt did come in. You came on as a sub in that game.
He was on the bench in the last game at the Dell. He was in that squad and didn't come on.
Okay.
It must be hard for Matt because he's played with about 400 players.
That's a tough one, but you got 2 points on the board there, so that's still pretty good. So hopefully you picked up some points as well if you're playing along at home. This is certainly a tough round, but hopefully you've made a guess where you weren't sure of the answer. Right, we'll move on to the Netherlands then. So if you put Ken Moncau, you would have got 1 point here. He made 236 appearances for the Saints. You would have picked up 2 points if you'd named Ulrich van Gobel, Jos Højveld, Jordi Klaasie, or Martin Stecklenburg. So it looks like both Jack and Matt picked up 2 points there. You also would have got 2 points for naming Virgil van Dijk, Wesley Hoot, or Jan Paul Size. But if you named Algero Elia, you would have earned yourself 3 points. So a big well done if you wrote that down at home. He made 17 appearances for the Saints in 2015. So a big well done if you got that one right. Right, we're going to move on to Norway now then. So of course, the answer that would have got you 1 point there was Klaus Lundekvam. He made 413 appearances for the Saints. Well done if you got that one right. You would have got 2 points if you'd said Egil Ostenstedt. He made 109 appearances for Saints. Joe Tessem, Tront Solvet, and Mohamed Elianusi. They all would have earned you 2 points here. But for 3 points, Come on. It was Stig Johansson.
I was writing that down and I changed it to Saltbed.
Oh, Matt. So neither of you got any points in that round.
Unbelievable.
Oh, no.
I got Saltbed for 2 points.
Okay, that's still good. So Stig made 8 appearances.
I started writing Stig and I changed.
Yeah, he made 8 appearances in the 97-98 season. Should have stuck to your guns there, Matt. If you wrote Stig at home, a massive well done. That was a tough one.
Someone's come say hello.
Bella. Hi, Bells. Is she helping you along in the quiz, Matt?
Yeah, I think she just heard your voice, Ken.
Oh, bless her. She's so lovely. Right, we're going to move on to the next question then. I asked you to name a player from Belgium for this one. So you would have earned 1 point for Steve de Ridder, 2 points for Toby Alderweireld, and you would have got 3 points if you'd written down Gel Van Dam. Yes, Matt got it. He played for us during the 2004-2005 season, so that's 3 points for you, Matt. If you wrote that down at home, a big well done. Yeah, big round of applause. That was another tough one. Right, we're going to move on to the last question of this round then. You had to name a player to play for the Saints from Senegal. This is a tough one. You would have got 1 point if you'd said Sadio Mane. Of course, he played for the Saints 75 times. You would have got 2 points if you'd written down Papa Wago or Henry Kamara. And you would have got 3 points if you'd written down Ali Dia.
Oh, was he Senegalese? I never knew that.
Yes. So he was actually a couple of answers in our previous quiz.
Hang on.
So, he's off. Matt's had enough.
Does that mean I win?
Unfortunately not, Jack. But you're doing pretty well so far. How are you finding the quiz so far?
Yeah, it's good. It's tough.
Sorry,
That round was tough.
Yeah, there are some tough questions here, but seems like you both did well. And hopefully you guys following along at home are enjoying it as well. And maybe you've got a couple of 3 points there. If you did, congratulations, because they were not easy. So hopefully you got a few points on the board there. Matt, what did you go for in that last question, the Senegal?
Henri Camera.
Okay.
So I got 11 points in that round.
Okay, well, you guys are doing pretty well so far. I'd say that's a pretty good start. Now, don't forget, if you're watching at home, you can donate to Saints Foundation and the fantastic work that they do in our community. We'll be popping the link on the screen throughout the quiz and also in the comments section below. So all support and donations are hugely, hugely welcome. So thank you very much indeed. We are going to take a very quick 2-minute break now. So grab yourself a drink and some snacks, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes to continue the quiz. Right then, guys, I hope you're all settled in, you got yourself a drink and ready to carry on. But before we continue with round 3 of our quiz, we thought we should get both Jack and Matt to have a go at the toilet roll challenge. Hopefully you've equipped yourselves with a toilet roll, Matt and Jack. Yes, there they are. Have you guys given this a go before?
Yeah, not very successfully.
What about you, Jack?
Yeah, well, in that case, I don't think it's going to be a very high standard.
It will be fun at the very least. Who fancies going first?
I'll go first.
Want to go first? All right, Matt. So I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to see how many you can get within that time, Matt. So hopefully we can set up your camera so that we can see you. And then we'll start the clock and you can give it a go. Perfect. Right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. He's off.
Oh, 6.
That is not a bad start.
9.
It's a very good effort.
I'll be running machines getting in the way. They're going to be surprised I've got one of them. 3.
Right, Matt, that is your 30 seconds up. That was a great effort.
Yeah, well done. 9's a good score. I'll be happy to get close to that.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Right, Jack, are you ready to take it away?
I'll give it a go. Just make sure you can see, mate. Can you see, mate?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Take it away.
Nine. Off the wall.
9. Great effort. Let's see if you can get a 10.
Yay!
Yeah. How many was that?
12. Is that time?
Yeah, that's enough.
That is your time. Yeah. Great effort.
Well, it's decent.
Well, I must admit that was better than every single practice go that I had.
That's always such a winner when you've been practicing, it's not been going so well, and then you pull it off when it matters.
That's just being able to perform under pressure, that is, you see.
Exactly. Well, unfortunately, there aren't any points up for grabs there, but a bit of fun for us all, and hopefully
a bit harsh.
you're watching along
Give
at
him
home.
2 points.
Yeah, I need the points.
Jack was really hoping you'd get like 10 bonus points there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack. Unfortunately not.
Bit of fun at least.
Exactly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed following that along at home as well. Right, we're going to move on to round 3 now then, guys. So this is our Saints general knowledge round. So testing your knowledge on all things Saints. This could be on absolutely anything, and we've got 10 questions coming your way. So you're going to need that pen and paper at the ready again, and then we'll read through the 10 questions and then we'll go through the answers at the end. So hopefully you're ready. If you are, we'll get started. Jack and Matt, you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right, your first question is this. I'm going to show you a picture now, and all you need to do is tell us who this is. So all we need to know is, who is this player? Okay, so we'll move on to question 2 now. In which year did Alex Chamberlain make his Southampton debut? So we'd like you to tell us in which year Alex Chamberlain made his Saints debut. If you don't know, just make a guess, because we're going to move on to question 3 now. This is a multiple choice question, so hopefully if you haven't got any answers down so far, you'll be okay here. So we want to know, which of these clubs did Ryan Bertrand not go on loan to during his spell at Chelsea? A, Norwich City, B, Nottingham Forest, C, Oldham Athletic, or D, Colchester United? So have a think about that one. Multiple choice. We want to know, which of these clubs did Ryan Bertrand not go on loan to during his spell at Chelsea? A, Norwich City, B, Nottingham Forest, C, Oldham Athletic, or D, Colchester United? Right, time for question 4 then. In the 2002-2003 season, James Beattie was Southampton's top league scorer with 23 goals. But who was second top goal scorer with 5 goals? So we'd like to know, in the 2002-2003 season, James Beattie was Southampton's top league scorer with 23 goals. But who was second top scorer with 5 goals? A few tough questions here, but hopefully if you're playing along at home, you're enjoying the quiz and getting a few answers down. A few more questions to go, and then we'll bring you the answers to our Saints general knowledge round. Question 5 then, and another multiple choice. How did James Ward-Prowse score his first Premier League goal? Was it A, a free kick? Was it B, a penalty? Was it C, a header? Or D, a back heel? So how did James Ward-Prowse score his first Premier League goal? A, a free kick, B, a penalty, C, a header, or D, a back heel?
Premier League goal. First Premier League goal.
Yes, first Premier League goal. Right, we'll move on to question 6 now then. Which of these players never received a red card whilst playing at Southampton? A, James Ward-Prowse, B, Virgil van Dijk, C, Maya Yoshida, or D, Stephen Davis? So the question is, which of these Southampton players never received a red card whilst playing for Southampton? A, James Ward-Prowse, B, Virgil van Dijk, C, Maya Yoshida, or D, Stephen Davis? Question 7 then of our Saints general knowledge round. Other than Southampton, which 2 English clubs has Gordon Strachan managed? I'll give you a clue. Jack Stevens has played for both of them.
Could you repeat that, please, Kens?
Of course. Other than Southampton, which 2 English clubs has Gordon Strachan managed? And your clue is that Jack has played for both of them. Still a tough question, that one, Jack.
I've got one, but that is tough.
Well, if you're not 100% sure, just make
What
a
a
guess.
legend as well.
Certainly is. Question 8 then, and it's another red card question. Matt Le Tissier only received 1 Premier League red card, but who was it against? So Matt Le Tissier only received 1 Premier League red card, but who was it against? Hopefully you know that one, Matt.
I do.
I'm pretty
Very
sure
painful.
if I asked my dad to name the teams he'd got red cards against, I actually don't think he'd be able to list them, which is worrying.
I also got a red card in an FA Cup game as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, question 9 then. Which player scored for Doncaster against Southampton in December 2011 before signing for Saints 2 months later? Which player scored for Doncaster against Southampton in December 2011 before signing for Saints 2 months after? And finally, our last question of the quiz. Musa Djenepo signed for Saints last summer from which club? Musa Djenepo signed for Saints last summer from which club? And that is the last question of our quiz. So if you have missed out any answers, do try and go back and fill in an answer, because the answers are coming your way very shortly. Jack, Matt, how did you find that?
Not too bad.
Yeah, I've got answers down.
I think I did all right.
Couple of guesses.
Okay, well, you guys have done really well so far. So let's take a look at the answers then, shall we, for our Saints general knowledge round. So the first question I asked you was a picture question. I asked you to take a look at this picture and tell us who is this. Well, the correct answer here is Kenwyne Jones. So if you put Kenwyne Jones, a big well done to you. That's 1 point on the board. Question 2 then, in which year did Alex Chamberlain make his Southampton debut? The answer there is 2010. Again, a big well done if you got that correct. Jack and Matt seem happy so far.
2 out of 2.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hopefully you're happy at home as well. Question 3 then, a multiple choice question. We asked you, which of these clubs did Ryan Bertrand not go on loan to during his spell at Chelsea? And the answer we were looking for here was Colchester United. So hopefully you got that one right. Jack and Matt are nodding away, which is a good sign.
Bit of a guess, but I got there.
Well, hopefully you're happy at home as well. Question 4 then, the question was, in 2002-2003 season, James Beattie was Southampton's top league scorer with 23 goals. But we wanted to know who the second top scorer was with 5 goals. Well, the correct answer was Brett Omrod.
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations if you got that right. Brett Omrod was the correct answer there. So question 5 then. How did James Ward-Prowse score his first Premier League goal? Again, it was multiple choice, but the answer was by a penalty. Very happy people here. This is good. Well done if you put down a penalty. We love a multiple choice. It's always helpful, isn't it?
You're not wrong.
Question 6 then. Another multiple choice. Which of these players never received a red card whilst playing for Southampton? Now the answer here was Stephen Davis. So Prowsey got one against Sunderland, Virgil van Dijk got one against West Brom, and Maya got a red card against Everton. So a big well done if you put Stephen Davis there. Question 7 then. Other than Southampton, which 2 English clubs has Gordon Strachan managed? Gave you a clue and said that Jack had played for both of them. So the correct answers were Middlesbrough and Coventry.
Yes.
You got them right. Well done, Jack. That's still a tough one, isn't it? Even with you two. Matt, did you get those right as well?
Yeah, it's not so tough if you're my age.
Well, hopefully if you're following along at home, you got the point there as well. Right, Matt, you can tell us this answer. We asked, when Matt received his only red card in the Premier League, who was it against?
It was against Liverpool.
Oh.
So Liverpool is the correct answer here. Jack, I'm assuming you had to make a guess there. That was a tough question. Well done if you got that right at home. So the correct answer was Liverpool.
Dermot Gallagher was the referee, Kens.
So not a fan of him then.
And he sent me off and apologised to me at the same time.
Oh, oh dear. Yeah, you couldn't really forget that one, could you?
No.
Right, question 9 then. Which player scored for Doncaster against Southampton in December 2011 before signing for Saints 2 months later? And the answer was Billy Sharp. So Billy Sharp will get you the point there. Well done if you put that down at home. And then our final question of the quiz. We asked you to tell us Moussa Djenepo signed for Saints last summer, but we wanted to know from which club. Did you guys get a point here?
Standard Liège?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. So Standard Liège will get you a point here. So that was the final question of our quiz. How did you do, Matt and Jack?
I got 10 in that round.
I thought he got 10.
Wow. Jack, how did you do?
I got 8, so I'm pretty pleased with that as well.
I mean, there were a couple of guesses. I'll be honest, there were a couple of guesses in there, and I got lucky.
It doesn't matter how you get them.
Maybe we will give you some bonus points for the toilet roll challenge.
Definitely.
I want sympathy points.
Well, if you're playing along at home and you got 10 as well, a big well done to you, because there were some tough questions in there. Thank you so much to everybody who's joined us this evening and for donating to Saints Foundation. Now, I want to share a video with you now to give you an insight into just one area of Saints Foundation's community work so that you can see how your donation can help to support.
Bring the arms in. Gonna warm up quickly, it's quite cold today.
We got married in 1957. We had our daughter, Julie, in 1958. 1960, we had Trevor, and then in 63, we had David. That completed our family, which was nice.
Well, we were a close-knit family anyway. We were proud of what they achieved. We were going out one day and his stepson and his wife's brother turned up and told us that David had come home. He said he didn't feel too well, he's going to bed, and unfortunately he didn't wake up. You don't believe it because it was so unexpected.
David, he was a courier and he used to pull up outside in his van, and you still expect to see him when you see a white van.
And you feel, why us? You think, well, it should have me. I said it should have been me. Following David passing away in June, Trevor, he came back from a cruise, ended up in hospital with pneumonia, and they discharged him. And then he got worse and came back in,
And within 6 weeks he was gone as well.
we were in the same situation we were before. You just can't feel the sense of loss that you've got. And quite honest, you feel like giving up. You know, we'll never forget them, but when you go to bed at night, and first thing you think about is the 2 boys and what you did.
But we had each other, didn't we?
So we had each other.
And we had our daughter.
We take each day as it comes and carry on. First found out about Senior Saints when a friend of ours, she used to go at Mary Oak.
And she kept saying to me, why don't you come with me? And in the end, I talked Tony into coming in as well, so that we do something together.
Steady, Tony. March it out.
Paul takes the sessions with the help of Jack.
Turn to your left, then walk around. Keep them well.
Yeah, all right.
You know the rules. If you two are talking, you're not walking fast enough. Come on,
sorry,
quicker.
sorry.
That's perfect, Tony.
It is very relaxing, and you meet people there as well. You get friends with, and it's reassuring that people care. I've got osteoarthritis in my knees, but doing these sessions, that is easing the pressure and the pain is getting a lot better.
If you're all feeling fine, you're in the wrong place.
The mental aspect of it as well, in relation to taking our minds off our loss for a few moments. It's a form of counselling, so I can get rid of some of my frustrations and feel better for it.
Bring it back.
Paul and his staff are very caring, and they're there for us if we want them.
We've had new people come, they keep coming back to these sessions, and I think that's a reflection on how useful these sessions are.
You ever give yourself a big clap? Well done, everyone. Thank you very much.
It's very important to keep the session going. Saints Foundation are doing an excellent job, and I hope that it helps other people as much as it's helping us.
So that was Anthony and Eileen there, just a couple of people benefiting from the wonderful work Saints Foundation do. And of course, there are so many people in our local community that are benefiting from the work that they are doing. So please do continue to donate if you can. Thank you so much for playing along. We hope you've enjoyed the quiz, and we'll see you soon.